Hey YouTube, Matches 860. This morning we're smoking the Friday Savinelli with McBaron's Golden Extra. Doing a VR to Padre Piper about what we wanted to be and what we ended up being in life. First, I need to do a little update on bacon old-fashioned. I pulled that big chunk of something out of it, not knowing what it was, and it turns out that's a big piece of Kentucky. It's in there to help the blend age. So I figured to give it the benefit of the doubt. Are you ready for this? We're going to open that puppy up every July for the next 5 years and see what happens to it. Stay tuned. What a morning. Okay, so, as everybody knows, probably, I was not the greatest student in public school. ADHD hadn't been discovered yet, but I think I was the first one to have it. Junior year of high school came along. I was in a class of 700. I got called into the guidance counselor's office, and he basically told me I was going to vocational school to become a drafter, architecture. I said, what about college? He said, no, college is out of the question for you. I left that very quick meeting with the thought that I think he just called me stupid. And he had told me to come back so that we could map out my classes for the senior year to get me ready for vocational school. I was sitting at the drafting table afterwards, thinking there's no way I'm doing this the rest of my life. So I went back to him and I said, listen, I ain't gonna do that. So he said, well, you got no other choice. I said, put me down for all college prep courses my last year. He says, you can do what you want to do, but you're not going to college. Nobody will take you. Long story short, I took a year off between high school and college to get my head together. And I was accepted into college. In between high school and college, I got a job in a nursing home full-time, working for a guy who was a carpenter, a licensed electrician, he was a licensed plumber. This guy knew everything. did really well, made some good money. Always figured that if college didn't work out, at least I'd have something I could do. I actually ended up working there all through college on summer breaks and long winter vacations. Anyway, college, I gravitated towards psychology. Really got interested in counseling. By my senior year, I figured that's what I was going to kind of aim for. When I graduated, I soon learned about the job market. First of all, there were very few counseling jobs to begin with. Nobody would hire somebody with a bachelor's degree. Graduate school was out of the question for me. I was in a hurry to get going with life and no more school. Went back to the nursing home. They said, take all the time you need to figure out what you want to do. You can keep working here. It was fantastic. There was a guy that used to come into the nursing home a couple of times a week. He owned a cleaning business that specialized in cleaning nursing homes. It was the only company of its kind in Massachusetts. That whole industry was changing at the time. And he came in one day and asked me how the job search was doing, and I was telling him, I'm pretty much stuck here. So he offered me a job. Worked for him for 7 years, traveling around to nursing homes all over New England. Got a million stories to tell one of these days about that time in my life. So the long and short of that was he ended up selling the company to a larger firm that did the same thing, but it was expanding at an outrageous rate all over the United States. And it just things didn't work out at all, and I ended up leaving, thinking that I just wanted my own building to take care of, because I knew all the ins and outs of facility management at this point. And that's how I wound up at my present position at a retirement community for the elderly. It's been quite a journey and very rewarding. And the reason it's worked out so well for me, up until 2004, I still had that hyperactivity and attention deficit disorder. I can bounce around the building and, for an hour I can be doing some plumbing work, and when I get sick of doing that, I can do some electrical work. When I get sick of doing that, I have administrative work I got to do, so I can sit at a desk or get on the computer. I manage staff, which is always challenging. It all worked out really well. So that's my VRTU Randy. I want to thank everybody for watching, and have a great weekend.